Coming up on NonStop Local at 4, the Together Spokane initiative is holding a town hall tonight. The latest estimates on what their projects could be costing taxpayers, and the owner of a frozen yogurt shop in Coeur d'Alene under scrutiny for their tribute to Charlie Kirk after his death. NonStop Local's Ainsley Anderson is live in Idaho with an interview with the owner coming up. And the accused assassin of Kirk has been formally charged. Details on those charges and his first court appearance coming up next.
Corey Howard and Leslie Lowe, bringing you the content that connects our community. You're watching NonStop Local News at 4.
I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently.
And new at 4 this afternoon, Tyler Robinson, the accused assassin of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk, made his first court appearance after the Utah County Attorney announced 7 charges against him, including aggravated murder. Attorney Jeff Gray also announcing his intent, as you heard just there, to seek the death penalty in this case. Jay Gray has the latest details on the charges.
The murder of Charlie Kirk is an American tragedy.
Tonight, a closer, more detailed look at evidence in the assassination of conservative activist and influencer Charlie Kirk, including a note the suspect left for his roommate saying,
quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it."
The county prosecutor also sharing a text exchange between the two immediately following the attack.
I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I'm sorry.
The prosecutor says the suspect's DNA was found on the trigger of the rifle and ammunition. The 22-year-old now formally charged with 7 counts, the most serious aggravated murder. He'll face the death penalty.
You can give your statement now.
In Washington, FBI Director Kash Patel praising federal agents for their work as part of the investigation.
Race to complete the evidence analysis so the public could have the answers they need.
Democrats blasting the director during a Senate oversight hearing, calling him incompetent and unfit to lead the Bureau, citing false social media posts following Kirk's death.
Mr. Patel was so anxious to take credit for finding Mr. Kirk's assassin that he violated one of the basics of effective law enforcement. At critical stages of an investigation, shut up and let the professionals do their job.
The political back and forth likely to continue, along with the investigation, as the legal process begins. Jay Gray, NBC News.
And many Americans continue to mourn the death of Kirk. This includes the owners of a frozen yogurt shop in Coeur d'Alene. It's how they are choosing to honor Kirk's legacy that's casting a national spotlight on their business. The owner at Grooveberries Frozen Yogurt is facing backlash for their cups that paid tribute to Kirk. NonStop Local's Ainsley Anderson joins us from Coeur d'Alene. Ainsley, part of the recognition comes following strong remarks made on social media in opposition to how the business is honoring Kirk.
Yeah, Corey, exactly like you said. We have been seeing so many comments online, and as you can see here, I am right outside of Grooveberries in Coeur d'Alene, and I'm actually with the owners. I'm with Sarah and Chase Gibson, and so obviously you guys have been getting some national attention the last few days, so how's that been?
Oh my gosh, it has been unbelievable. The amount of support that we have received through this effort has totally outshined any negativity, and just to be able to carry on Kirk's legacy, I mean, he was all about the salvation of souls. So we're able to continue doing that. It's been a blessing.
And seeing these comments online and just choosing to, continue your work throughout these comments, how's that been?
Just imagine what Charlie's gone through. I'm doing it as well. I plan to continue doing it. I encourage everyone else to stand up and fight for him and fight for Jesus Christ and stand fast, everybody. Good outweighs evil, will prevail. God loves all. We're all the body of Christ.
And I know we were talking, you've had some visitors actually, not only from Spokane, not only from Coeur d'Alene. Tell us where you've had some visitors from.
Yeah, we have heard Denver, Arizona. Who else have you heard?
There's been donations from over in Florida, New York, Pennsylvania.
Alaska.
Tons of different states. We've had a gentleman, he didn't tell me where he was from, but he drove 500 miles yesterday just to come support us. Yeah. So it's incredible being able to be a part of a movement for Charlie here.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being able to sit and chat with me for a little while. Obviously, there are a lot of customers to tend to, so we will send it on back over to you, Corey.
Thanks, Ainsley. New information: a New York judge dismissing state terrorism charges against Luigi Mangione in connection with the December killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The judge saying there's insufficient evidence to prove the terrorism charge, and to prove the charges, the prosecution would have to show there was an intent to coerce and intimidate a population, which the judge believes there is not enough evidence to do. The second-degree murder charge was upheld, but Mangione must also face a federal case against him with a murder charge that, if convicted, he could face the death penalty. No trial dates for either of the two cases have been set yet. House Republican leaders are preparing to vote next week on a stopgap spending bill. According to sources familiar with the plans, Republicans are aiming to keep the government open through November 20th. The White House pushing for a longer extension into January. The September 30th deadline is complicated with a House recess for the Jewish holiday, Rosh Hashanah, leaving little time to avoid the shutdown. Now, Democrats signaling a tougher fight this round. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is pressing for health care protections, including restoring Medicaid funds that were cut and extending Affordable Health Care Act premium tax credits. All right, let's go over to Leslie Lowe in the Weather Center on this, what is it? It's a Tuesday afternoon.
It's a Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday.
I'm here. Yeah, I did too. Okay, I woke up getting the kids ready for school, and I was like, this is... Wait, it is Tuesday. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
It's very Tuesday, but I did think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
But it's been beautiful, so let's talk about that. Look at your weather forecast, and it really is a gorgeous day out there. You can see live look over Spokane. We've got current temperatures that are sitting in the upper 70s, 78 in Spokane, 79 degrees into Coeur d'Alene. We've got upper 70s, low 80s from Winthrop down through Brewster, 81 degrees in Moses Lake, upper 70s around Lewiston, and then low into the 80s currently for our friends in the Tri-Cities. It's been a little bit breezy on and off throughout the afternoon up across the upper Columbia Basin. You can see those wind speeds right now for Ritzville at about 14 miles per hour. They've come down a bit since last I looked. They had reached about 17 miles per hour, but our satellite radar is clear. Where we're seeing some of that active weather is over towards Montana. We'll continue to see that as we head through the day today. Otherwise, it's about that ridge of high pressure that will continue to build in, which means clear skies overnight tonight. Overnight lows dipping down to 44 degrees up towards Colville. We've got temperatures about 10 degrees warmer in Spokane at 54, 56 in Coeur d'Alene. We've got 53 degrees in Connell, 49 tonight in Ellensburg, down through the Tri-Cities, 56 and 59 degrees overnight tonight in Lewiston. When I see you back here in just a few minutes, we'll get a full look at that 7-day forecast. Pretty quiet one out there, Corey.
All right, Leslie, tonight at Rogers High School in Spokane, the Together Spokane initiative is hosting the first of 4 town hall meetings to discuss planned projects and costs. The projects in question include updates to several parks and upgrades to a 55-year-old middle school. The projects to be paid with an increase in property tax by 29 cents for every $1,000 in assessed home value. So if your home is worth $440,000, you'll be paying roughly an additional $10 a month in 2026. During a press conference last week, Spokane Councilman Michael Cathcart announced his support of the Together Spokane initiative.
We really desperately need these investments in Northeast, and I just hope that that is what folks are thinking about.
Now, this initiative will be on the November ballot. Together Spokane saying the town halls will allow community members to voice their concerns and learn more about the projects. If it passes, Spokane Public Schools says constructions on all school projects and joint projects will take place in 5 years, and parks projects will take 20. The 2025 point-in-time count shows more than 22,000 people experiencing homelessness in Washington. That data excludes King County. State Commerce Director Joe Wynn saying 1/3 of those who are homeless are unsheltered. Wynn says this represents a 2.2% increase from the previous year. State legislators have dedicated $1.8 billion for housing initiatives, but Wynn calls homelessness an ongoing emergency. Emergency response times in West Richland are improving thanks to the reopening of a fire station. NonStop Local's Eli Kern joins us with the details.
Station 410, originally opened back in the 1970s, closed in 2020, is now back open once again. The average response times in the area during that closure were right around 7 minutes. Now that the station is back open again, those response times have dropped down to right around 5 minutes. Those couple minutes, the deputy chief says, are a game changer.
Being able to handle additional calls, or where we only have our 2 stations open, we're typically only able to handle 2 calls before we have to start calling for mutual aid. This allows us to handle that 3rd call without calling mutual aid.
Deputy Chief Drayton also says that this station reopening has really reduced the reliance on neighboring stations in the area, meaning that equipment and those firefighters are able to stay at their home base, ready to respond in their community as needed. Reporting in West Richland, Eli Kern, NonStop Local.
All right, still to come this afternoon on NonStop Local at 4. Picking perfect pumpkins presents peril, peak, or pesky problems, people. Pie or patch, penny pitching are priceless, patient patterns pay off. Please practice persistence, perception, plotting the patch, parlaying poor pumpkins into porch pumpkins. Or we've got pumpkin picking tips for you in like 7 minutes, so stick around for that.
That was pretty impressive. Can you do that all one more time? Just a little bit faster.
We've moved past it, Leslie.
All right, fine. Live look over Spokane, blue skies and sunshine. And those daytime highs headed back into the upper 70s and 80s. We'll talk about that. We'll get a full look at that 7-day forecast. And we'll talk about pumpkins when we see you after the break.